Well, hello there and welcome back to my badly lit shed. I decided that I'm going to start a new series of one making videos. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a character of some kind. It could be one that I will make up myself to fit in the Harry Potter world, or it could be a magical character from Disney, for example, and I'm going to design and make their wand. So we're going to start off by creating a character from Harry Potter, I was about to say a fictional character from Harry Potter, because you know all characters in Harry Potter are real, clearly. Now, what I'm going to do is I've made a character who will fit into the Harry Potter universe. His name is Nathaniel the Black, and he is a pirate. There is an entire backstory which I've made up for him, so what I'm going to do is, at some point during this video, I will pop that backstory in there when I feel it's relevant. As you can see, I have a new hat. Now, this is my wand making hat. This is like with the wizard hat and the wand and the goggles. I felt it was quite appropriate for the channel. However, as I'm doing piracy today, I don't think this hat is going to work for me. So, we are going to change that with a little bit of magic. There we go. This is my own personal pirate hat. And yeah, I'm a big fan of pirates, so today I've decided to make a pirate wand. So, we don't need that one. Now, as a pirate, what kind of wand would a pirate wizard have? Now, I feel it would have to fit in with the pirate theme. So I drew a few designs, tried to base it off a cutlass, I tried to base it off quite a few other piratey type things. However, the best thing I figured that would probably work would be a flintlock. I should make this clear, this is a replica made from Dinix. It's not real. Decided to take this design and take what I could and use that as a wand, because I feel that a pirate using a wand like this would be really cool. So the design that I finally came up with is nice and simple. It's this. As you can see, it has the handle and a little bit of a trigger. I did think about making the pan and frizzen, but it didn't seem to work, so I'm going to go with this. I'm going to round this out, make it fit nicely into the hand. That's going to be a little bit of a trigger. I figured that would work really nice, and then I'll give it a vague wizardy piratey theme. So, where's my wand? Let's bring on the intro. Ostende Introductio. Okay, so here's about the point where I'm going to explain my character's background. Now, his name is Nathaniel the Black. He was Muggle-born to Christian parents. He was born in 1667, and he went to Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. He was absolutely fascinated with Muggle pirates, because at the time it was the golden age of piracy. He was bullied pretty badly at Hogwarts due to being Muggle-born, and always decided that he'd wanted to escape. Once he'd left, he wanted to leave the wizarding world behind and go and carve out his own path. So he decided to run away to the Caribbean and become a pirate. He was pretty good at being a pirate. He helped out the crew magically whenever it was possible. If anyone ever caught him doing magic, he would obliviate them, due to the fact that he still believed in the statute of secrecy. He obviously understood the absolute need for it, even though he didn't particularly like wizards. He was eventually promoted to captain in 1687 via the round robin, where everyone would choose the captain. And when he became captain, he explained to his crew that he was a wizard. What he did, though, was he made a magical contract, and he asked everyone in his crew to sign this contract, knowing perfectly well that the moment they left his crew, they would have a memory charm affect them, and they wouldn't remember anything after they left his crew. They would just be rich. But they all knew this. He made this very clear to them. He said, if you sign this contract, you won't remember everything, but you will get to keep all the gold you make under me, and I promise you, I will make you rich. So they were all happy to sign. He became a very, very good pirate, but he wasn't very well known due to the fact that because he used magic a lot of the time, every time he took a ship, he would obliviate the entire crew. And so he wasn't very famous, but he was possibly the most successful pirate. That's my backstory. Nathaniel the Black. And yeah, I like to think that there would have been a wizard pirate back then. You're honestly telling me there wouldn't be. It would have been great. So anyway, on to what I'm doing in the video. Okay, at this point I'm thinking that it's a little too thick and I need to thin it down quite a lot. Give it a good, lots of use with the file. I was considering making the barrel, or the blade, octagonal, quite like the flintlock that I have, that I based it off. But I decided not to in the end. When it came down to it, I wanted the wand to look more like a wand. I just wanted to have a very flintlock pirate taste to it, if anything else. I'm consistently checking that it's straight. I do this from fairly early on, and that way if I see I've curved too much into one side, I can neaten it out very, very quickly. I'm now comparing it to my other wand, realising that it is actually still quite thick, but deciding that I wanted to keep it that way anyway. So at this point, what I am doing is I am choosing all the sandpaper that I'm going to use, and giving it a good sanding. I'm starting off with a very rough 40 grit, and then I move into a 120 grit, and then I move into 240 grit. And this gets it nice and smooth, and yeah, at this point it's coming along quite nicely. I'm pretty happy with it. I decided that I was going to keep the tip fairly. I'm now comparing it to the flintlock to see what it looks like, and I'm pretty chuffed with it, to be fairly honest. Again, it's very simple. Right, now the water. Okay, what I'm doing is after sanding it, it becomes very, very smooth. When I oil it later on, all the grain comes to the surface and it becomes very, very rough, and I have to sand it again. And obviously after I've oiled it, that's a serious waste of time. So a trick that I found was if I dampen the wand first and let it dry, it brings all the grain to the surface now. So once it's dried, I can then sand it again, and then when I oil it later, that doesn't happen. So what I've done is I've made it damp. It also changes the colour of it slightly, and I've compared it to the colour of the flintlock. And that's my cat. That's Slade. She's an absolute monkey. She's known as Slade from Deathstroke from DC Comics because of that face. As you can see, she's black on one side and orange on the other. Otherwise known as Gobby the Gannet, because she's very, very loud and she likes lots of food. Okay, now I'm taking one of my very many design books, and I'm roughly trying to decide what sort of pattern I'm going to go with it. I want to make it a little bit dark. I didn't really like the idea of making the barrel black, so I decided in the end to make the handle darker and keep the rest of the blade. I also decided to go for that little design on the side, as I wanted a little bit of gold in there. So I wanted to carve in a little bit of a pattern onto the side, and I'm going to fill it with gold paint. Okay, now the wand's dry, so I'm now sanding it and getting rid of all that grain. I'm drawing in the little pattern that I've made on the side, And I've run off. And I'm back again. Oh, I'm grabbing some tools. There we go. Yes, now I'm just carving it out. It's coming out pretty roughly at this point. I'm thinking, you know, well, I've made a start, so I'll have to continue and we'll see where it goes. And in a minute you'll see me head off and grab a file and try and file out the inside of the carving that I've made. It turned out okay in the end. Not as brilliant as I'd like it to, but it did its job. I do keep actually showing it to the camera, but I appear to have sped it all up. And now I've run away. Oh, and I'm back. There we go. There's me with the file. I'm trying to get the pattern all nice. And there it is. That's what I ended up coming up with. I'm going to fill that with some yellow paint mixed with some gold eye dust. I'm not entirely sure. My wife actually uses it for some of the artwork that she does. My wife makes resin items. And then my camera battery promptly dies. Right, back to me. I was filming on the GoPro, but the battery was going, and I decided to go and have some lunch while I was. I have to say, myself, I really, really appreciate it. And this is going to be my personal pirate wand. And it's a lot larger than most of my other ones. It's a little bit thicker. But, as you know, I was trying to copy it was inspired by the flintlock. So, I quite liked it. And there we go. That's looking very shiny. There we go. As you can see. Ooh. Now that I really like. It's a very piratey style wand. Cutting that bit out, it looks stupid. But I'm really chuffed with how that came out. So, I'm going to leave that to dry. Just over there, and I'll take a thumbnail of it later. Are you going to look after it for me, Stanley? There we go. I really like how that's turned out. As I said at the beginning of the video, I'm going to start a new series of videos where I take a fictional character, be it one invented maybe by one of you guys, or a magical, have to be a magical character. A magical character from another series. It could be something from Disney, it could be something from Witcher, the game, it could be anything you like. It have to be a magical character. And I would design and make a wand that I think would best suit them. So I have my first couple of thoughts were Maleficent, which I absolutely love the idea. I can see a tight wand with a little spiral around the middle and her two horns like coming up as part of the handle, or as any number of magical characters from Disney that I could use, magical villains. That was going to be a theme for a while, but I think I'm going to go this route. So, if you guys have any characters that you think I should do, comment down below. If you have an entirely new character from Harry Potter that you think should have a wand design, comment down below. Leave a quick description of their story so I can get an idea for their character. A drawing would be great, but I don't think you can post up drawings on YouTube. Send them to me at alavanderswandcrafting on Facebook or alavanderswandcrafting@gmail.com, and I will pick one and I will make it. You will obviously get a shout out for it, and if at any point you would like to buy one of my wands, I will even give you a discount if you've given me an idea for a video. So, thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed watching that. I hope it wasn't too boring. And, well, I'll see you next time.